What's up, everybody? My name is Slim. More spoilers for chapter 1046 just dropped, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over them. So we got these from Redone and then someone else, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it goes like this. So chapter title is Raizo, and then it goes in on how Raizo's powers work. You know, he uses his scroll. He can use his scroll to like take attacks in and then return them back at whoever sent them. He's gonna be doing something similar like he did when he was in Zou. He kept the scrolls and he took the water that Zunesha used to bathe, and he's actually going to be releasing it into Onigashima and the castle, and he's going to be sending it throughout the castle to stop the fire. So we get Raizo had this idea in his mind ever since the Odin castle burned down 20 years ago, so that if he were ever in a similar situation again, he would be prepared. So the water in his scroll has flooded the interior castle, and Jinbei is actually going to be controlling it since he's Fishman, and he uses the sea current to put out the fire. So that's gonna be sick to see Jinbei actually doing some more moves with the water, since we haven't really seen that lately, and we haven't seen that many moves from Jinbei. We've seen the Fishman karate, but we've never seen him control the water, like ride around in the water. So that should be pretty dope. I'm excited for that. And then we get the first page is the cover. And so then the next 5 pages are going to be going back to Luffy versus Kaido. So we're going to get a little more fight moves from Luffy and Kaido. The next 9 pages are inside the castle. Everything is about Raizo, Jinbei, Sanji, and Zoro. Sanji and Zoro appear in one panel each. Sanji appears to be talking, and Zoro is carried away by Frankie. He doesn't say anything, or he's still unconscious. And then we get 1 page about Yamato and Momonosuke, and something about the clouds of flames. And then at the end of the chapter, Kaido's cloud that lifts Onigashima has begun to fade. Yamato and Momonosuke started to notice that, and the island started to fall. So on the final page, we get some exciting news from Luffy. He's actually catching the lightning, and he looks like the god of thunder, and he goes to attack Kaido, and Kaido seems to laugh and say, "Go ahead." And so that's the final attack from Luffy in this chapter. We don't get the name. There is a break next week, and we'll get the Raws tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about some more details on this and what I think can actually happen. So let's talk about the main protagonist in this chapter, Raizo. Honestly, like, a lot of people hate him, but I feel like he's been kind of like low-key impressive, because he's really been taking kind of what he learned in the past, and kind of like he hasn't been sitting on them. He's been using them as moves and way to improve. He's learned how to use his scrolls properly and actually send a move back towards Kaido. He's been collecting the water to actually prepare for if there's a attack by Kaido, and he's also learned that he has to man up and not be afraid of the heat, and to not complain about the heat, because remember, in the flashback, Odin was actually carrying all the scabbards in the boiling hot oil, and Raizo was one that was complaining. And then we see now, after the time jump that they had, Raizo has been really kind of maturing, and he ended up taking the pain of the fire, fighting Fukurokuju, and then he came up with this whole plan by himself. So I really got to give props to Raizo for this idea, and honestly, it's pretty impressive. And so Momo and Yamato, I really think that this is just this moment of them talking and seeing that the castle is falling down again. I think this is just the moment that they decide that Momonosuke is going to save everybody and stop the island from falling. I also think that, it says something about the clouds of flames. Maybe Yamato knows something about the flames and the clouds that Yamato learned from or seen from Kaido, and this is going to actually allow Momonosuke to be able to carry everything up and keep the castle afloat. So that could be a big thing. We see that Sanji is a talking, but I think it's going to be related to him talking about Luffy or his powers again and how he feels stronger, or that he can recover faster, or that he's going to actually catch up to Luffy to help him in the fight. And then Zoro is still unconscious pretty much. So it's kind of what we all predicted. Zoro was not going to get up anytime soon, or he's in the middle of speaking to the Grim Reaper. And also props to Frankie for always having Zoro's back when Zoro's hurt. So props to you, Frankie. And so the main thing that everybody wants to know is what's going on with Luffy. I honestly think that, for me, I think Oda's really just teasing Luffy's total package of moves, and I think he wants to like kind of tease it a little bit, make it more goofy, and so that later on we see Luffy honing these moves and skill sets that he's going to be showing off to Kaido. And I think I definitely think he's going to defeat Kaido, but I don't think he's going to use all these moves to defeat Kaido. I think it'd be kind of crazy to think that Luffy could use all of his awakening powers, like A1 quality, as soon as he gets it, a second within fighting Kaido. So I don't think that's the case. I think that Luffy, we now have confirmation that Luffy, if someone were to send lightning bolts at Luffy, he might be able to stop him and send him back towards Kaido. Luffy is immune to lightning because he's rubber, and so maybe Luffy can mess with the weather as well as like some of the other devil fruits, like Kaido's devil fruit. He was the one that can control lightning and then the storms and everything like that. So this kind of makes Luffy even more powerful than we expected. And honestly, this is gonna be a hype moment. This might be even close to the last chapter where Luffy turned into a giant. If Luffy can turn into a giant and then take lightning from the sky and send it back at his opponents, that's gonna be super powerful, because we already know that lightning is one of the strongest powers, one of the strongest devil fruits in One Piece. So this kind of makes Luffy even stronger if he can do this. So I'm really hyped to see this, especially in the panels. So that's pretty much all I got to say. The spoilers from yesterday were a little bit underwhelming, but these kind of make it seem like an even better chapter than what everybody expected. So I'm honestly super excited to see it and read the chapter tomorrow. So let me know in the comments section what you guys think of this chapter, anything else, and then if you're excited for this chapter. And then if you like this video, make sure to like it or subscribe. I appreciate everything. And then until next time, later.